They kicked away my crutch like it was a joke. I fell hard, against concrete, against shame, against the weight of always being less. My name's Emily. I'm 16, and I walk with a limp. Ever since the accident when I was 9, I've learned to stay quiet, keep my head down, and avoid places where people like them hang around. But that day, I didn't get the chance. 3 grown men, leather jackets, loud mouths, cruel eyes, decided I was their entertainment. They took my sketchbook, mocked my limp, called me names I won't repeat. One of them waved my drawings in the air and said, "What's this?" "A unicorn in a wheelchair." I didn't cry. I've learned not to. But something inside me snapped, not into anger, into stillness. Because I knew what they didn't. My brother was coming home that day. They didn't know about Noah, about what a Navy SEAL looks like when he's standing between his sister and danger. They didn't know what calm fury sounds like when it speaks in a single sentence. "That's my sister. Put it down." They thought I was alone. They were wrong. And from wherever you're watching this, stay with me. Because when justice walks in wearing combat boots and scars, even monsters learn how to beg. They thought no one was watching when they cornered her behind the convenience store. A girl with a slight limp, thick glasses, and a backpack that was far too big for her tiny frame. Her name was Emily, and she had just turned 16 last week. But these men, grown, tattooed, and mean, didn't care. They saw weakness and smelled blood. "Hey, Limpy," one of them sneered, blocking her path. "You got something for us? How about a smile?" She didn't answer. She never did when they tried to bait her. Instead, she kept walking, trying to shift around them like she always did when the neighborhood tough guys tried to make her feel small. But today was different. Today, they had more to prove. One of them kicked her crutch out from under her arm. She stumbled, falling against the dirty wall, her books scattered on the ground. The biggest one, a guy they called Gator, chuckled and picked up her sketchbook. "Oh, look, fellas, she draws ponies," he mocked, flipping through the pages. "What's this? A unicorn in a wheelchair?" The others howled. Emily sat there in silence, her face flushed with shame, but her eyes burning with something else. She reached out to grab her sketchbook, but Gator held it just out of reach. "Come on, pony girl, say please." She didn't. She stood up slowly, using the wall to balance herself. "Give it back." The laugh he let out was sharp and mean. "What you gonna do, hop me to death?" That's when a shadow fell over them. A tall one, silent, slow-moving. "Hey!" The voice wasn't loud, but it carried. Firm, steady, calm like the moment before a storm. They turned to see a man in dusty military boots and a dark green shirt, sleeves rolled up, forearms marked with sun and scars. A duffel bag slung over his shoulder, and a glare so cold it could have cracked concrete. "Who the hell are you?" one biker asked. He dropped the bag. "Her brother." There was a pause, just a second too long. Then laughter erupted again. One of them cracked his knuckles. "Look, man, we're just playing." "Doesn't look like play to me." His eyes dropped to Emily, still against the wall. "You okay?" She nodded slightly, lips trembling, but steady. "Yeah, Noah." Noah. The name carried weight. The men didn't know it yet, but they were staring at Navy SEAL Lieutenant Noah Hayes, just back from his 3rd tour overseas, just buried 2 teammates last month, just looking for a quiet homecoming with the sister who wrote him letters every week without fail. He took a step forward. The air seemed to tighten. Gator held up the sketchbook. "Hey, it's cool, all right? We didn't mean nothing." Noah snatched it out of his hands so fast it made the man flinch. He handed it to Emily, never breaking eye contact with the biker. "That belonged to her?" "Yeah." "Then next time, don't touch it." Gator scoffed, puffing up. "You think you can walk in here and tell us what to do?" Noah gave him a tight smile. "Number, I know I can." What happened next didn't last long. Gator made the first move. Big mistake. Noah stepped sideways, grabbed his wrist, twisted it behind his back in one fluid motion, and dropped him like a bag of cement. Another lunged. Noah sidestepped, swept his leg, and planted a knee into the man's gut. Someone tried to swing a chain. Noah disarmed him mid-swing and flipped him onto the pavement with a precision only 10 years of black ops training could teach. Within 30 seconds, four bikers were groaning on the asphalt. One was crying about his shoulder, and another had already run away. Emily stared. Not because she hadn't believed he could, but because she'd never seen him like this. Calm, unshakable, controlled. One of the men whimpered, "We didn't know she had family." "That's the thing about family," Noah said, crouching down. "You never know when they'll show up, and you just made yourself unforgettable." He stood and walked to Emily. She was still frozen. "Come on," he said gently, holding out her crutch. "Let's go home." They walked away slowly. Behind them, the men stayed where they fell. Not one dared to follow. At home, Emily sat by the window while Noah cooked scrambled eggs. Her favorite. "You're still shaking," he said. "I'm not scared," she replied. "I'm just mad. I didn't fight back." Noah smiled without turning. "You don't always need to fight. You stood your ground. That's something." She looked down at her sketchbook, then up at her brother. "Promise me you'll stay for a while." He placed a warm plate in front of her. "I'm not going anywhere." But word travels fast in a small town, and it didn't take long for whispers to reach every alley and barstool. "That girl's brother? SEAL. Put Gator in a neck brace. Didn't even break a sweat." A few days later, Emily walked into school and no one said a word. No snickers, no whispering behind hands, only silence and wide eyes. She passed Gator near the bike racks. He didn't look at her, just turned and walked the other way. She didn't smile. She didn't need to. That moment was hers, pure and quiet. Later that week at the diner, a woman whispered to her friend, "Did you hear what he did to those bikers?" Her friend replied, "Not all heroes wear capes." Emily sat in the corner booth, sipping hot chocolate, sketching a wolf standing beside a girl with a cane. In the background, a group of men running away. When Noah walked in to meet her, she closed the book and smiled. That night before bed, she wrote in her journal, "They thought hurting me was easy because I walk different. But what they didn't know is, I don't walk alone. Not anymore."